Speculation season for Halloween Horror Nights 2024 starts today.
TLEV Media, bringing the magic of the theme parks to your home.
From vlogs to interviews, TLEV Media is entertainment for all.
Well, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another TLEV Media video. Today is not a construction update for the theme parks. No, today is the beginning of Halloween Horror Nights 2024 speculation season. Now, of course, speculation goes out throughout the entire year, but today begins for us here at TLEV Media because we are starting to get information out from speculations from others, from John Murdy himself, and construction is going to be on its way very soon for the season. So this is why it starts for us today. We're really excited. It's a new month. It's March. We are ready to get into it. I hope you guys are excited for this. Make sure to hit that like button if you are excited for our speculations. Again, you need to remember that these speculations are not what's going to be coming to the event. This isn't for sure. Okay, I mean, it might come to the event depending if we're right. But again, these are our speculations and also stuff that we've kind of accrued through the fans on Twitter, on all social medias and all that. So if you disagree or don't think it will come true, that is your opinion. Okay, you can let us know in the comment section down below, but don't get offended by things that we speculate or what we believe, because that is our opinion. All right, let's get into it to talk about the speculations for 2024. Now, this is the beginning of the speculation season, so this is very much a rough draft of what we think we'll see this year at 2024. I'm mainly going to focus on Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood and not in Orlando. However, some of these mazes and houses might be kind of in both locations. We see that a lot throughout the years, as that we get the same houses here in Hollywood and the same in Orlando. Not all of them are the same, but that is not anything new. However, if you are new to this community, this is something that you should probably know about. You should also know that out here in Hollywood, the person who is behind the event out here, his name is John Murdy. He's the creative director who is very, very much active on Twitter. So look up John Murdy on Twitter. He leaves little hints sometimes of the event, and then when there's an announcement of some kind of house or scare zone that's coming to the event in Hollywood, he talks about it a little bit more there. Now, what's exciting right now is that we are getting close to all of our favorite haunt season stuff. So Midsummer Scream is on its way, and at Midsummer Scream we usually get an announcement. Tickets are going on sale for Midsummer Scream March 2nd, so if you want to grab those tickets, and those are pre-sale tickets, so they're like really cheap. So if you want to get tickets for that and you enjoy Halloween Horror Nights, get those tickets, because every year Halloween Horror Nights is at Midsummer Scream talking about what will be coming. Sometimes they even make announcements over there. So if you want to make sure you catch that, get those tickets. Especially last year, it sold out so quick and it was so jam-packed that they had to actually start turning people away from the panel. Now, talking about construction for the event, I am kind of surprised it hasn't started yet. Again, we just entered March, and last season, that is when construction started going, was towards the middle end of March, so that was kind of crazy. If you go to Universal Studios Hollywood, expect to start seeing some Horror Nights construction very, very soon. Now, that might change this season also because of how much construction is already happening there. I mean, they're working on the Fast and Furious roller coaster right now, and that's taking up so much space for construction. The studio tour is having a major construction for the 60th anniversary for this summer. So that's going to be interesting to see what that does for the Tram construction. Now, construction for the Tram is usually towards the end. We can see it usually picking up a lot of construction during August. So Tram, don't expect to start seeing construction for that, especially how they are working on the they're working on the studio tour right now for preparing it for the 60th anniversary that they're going to be celebrating this summer. Now, because they're doing that construction over there, we might be seeing a little bit of a different Tram. I'm speculating it might be a little longer and we might be taking a different route. I do see that because of this construction, and we're going to go to Universal very soon and get a construction update to show you guys what we mean. But they're kind of working on the back side of the Boeing 737 area, and I would assume that we might be seeing kind of like an expansion going out behind it, you know, all of what they used to do for when they had The Walking Dead, where you would go on that hill right after Bates Motel, kind of expanding it. You know, we kind of stopped using that because it was a bit of a walk and people did not enjoy having to go uphill. I get it, especially some people like to dress up nice for Halloween Horror Nights, so doing that hill and not expecting to do that hill, I get it. But they are working behind the 737, so maybe the route will go a little wider around it, which would be interesting to see if that actually ends up happening. Now let's talk about the houses, and what we can start speculating for houses, because I know you guys want to talk about this, so let's do it. Let's start off with something that's kind of been rumored a lot on Twitter, and that is the return of Ghostbusters. Now, I don't want to toot my own horn. I did kind of talk about this beforehand, that this was kind of rumored on Twitter. And this was just like a little speculation that was thrown out on what to expect. That video that way I made what to expect for 2024. Halloween Horror Nights 2024. I just kind of threw it in there. Now I'm not saying that, oh, they took my idea or anything like that. No. But I see where they're coming from with that speculation and kind of why I made that speculation. We got that new Ghostbusters movie that is coming out very, very soon. And so kind of to promote that, I wouldn't be surprised that we see a house coming for both parks. We already had Ghostbusters for both Hollywood and Orlando, and in both parks it was a big success. Everybody loves the 80s, everybody loves the Ghostbusters. Now will we be seeing the exact maze or the exact house? I hope not. I hope it changes a little bit, and we get not a brand new house, but just change it a little bit to add maybe like a touch of what this new movie is going to have. That would be really cool to see. If they bring back Ghostbusters, I would love to see 80s night again. I miss it. It was so much fun when we got to do it back in 2019. And just the vibes that we would get, like when we go to the lower lot, and then when we would go to the back lot, that was so much fun. Speaking of backlot, do I think we're gonna get the backlot back? Backlot back, interesting. Do I think it's gonna come back? I don't think we're gonna see that location anymore. I think we're gonna very much stick to now the H lot, which is like the Curious George area, right behind the Curious George parking lot if you go to the park. I think that is a location that's gonna become permanent. And so backlot, Toxic Tunnel, probably won't be used anymore. If you've never been to the event before, or you started going maybe a year or two ago, we used to use the backlot where they would film movies. Like this is like part of the studio tour when you would go on it and you see like New York Street and all that kind of stuff. We would be back there for 1, 2, 3 houses would be back there. It was awesome. It was a completely different vibe from what we would get now with the H lot. It was awesome. It was like you were on set, and they had some huge hitters out there for houses. You know, that's where Ghostbusters was back in 2019. Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman was back there. Poltergeist, Krampus, the first American Horror Stories, the second American Horror Stories was there too. It was great. I enjoyed those houses back there, but I don't think we'll be using that part anymore. You know, we kind of saw during the pandemic when they were still building the houses back there, I think we were gonna get, well, they were working on 2 of them, so we knew for sure we were gonna get 2 back there. And then they changed the location, filming was back, they gotta catch up on movies, they gotta film movies, and they kind of figured out, you know, H-Lot works. It all works out. So I mean, it's a fun area. It gets kind of crowded sometimes, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna be seeing the use of the back lot anytime soon. Now let's talk about another speculation that I have, and I think we're going to see the return of Horrors of Blumhouse. Now the movies I think that we'll use for the horrors of Blumhouse, and I'm gonna put it out there, and you guys probably are thinking the same thing, or maybe you're thinking they're gonna get their own individual houses. The 3 movies I think they're going to use, or maybe 2 movies, because they've done that before where they only use 2 movies, but I'm thinking they're gonna use 3. I think they're gonna use Five Nights at Freddy's as one of them. And then I think they're also going to use Megan, as we got kind of like a glimpse of Megan with the dancing Megans and the behind the screams of Blumhouse or whatever, behind the screen Blumhouse thing. And over in Orlando, you guys got that dancing show. And then the third one, I think it's going to be Imaginary. Now, if you guys did not see on our social medias on TikTok and on Instagram, we went to this really awesome free immersive event called Chauncey's Imaginary Playhouse. I got to go with the Hauntline and with Entertainment Connection, and it was so much fun. It was free, and it's still, oh no, well, this is the final weekend actually if you guys want to go and do it. This Saturday and Sunday are the last 2 days, so make sure if you are watching this video, you can go check it out. It's free, it's on Melrose, it was so much fun. And this was put on by Fever and Blumhouse. Essentially, you would go through, immersive experience is like you become part of the experience. And so this is Chauncey's Playhouse. Chauncey is essentially, it seems like he's like a possessed teddy bear. And it's his playhouse. You go through it, some freaky stuff happens. It was a lot of fun. We are actually gonna be talking about this on Sunday, this Sunday, March 3rd on the Hauntline's YouTube channel. We're gonna be doing a live stream, so come check it out. We're gonna be talking about Horror Nights. We're gonna be talking about this event we did. Check it out. But I think this movie, since it's being so, it's being very much promoted right now by Blumhouse, and I think if it does well in the box office, I think we might be seeing this also come to the event, part of the Horrors of Blumhouse. Horror Nights, especially located out here in Hollywood, we love working with Blumhouse. We were able to interview Jason Blum, and I wish I could put the footage there for you guys to see when we interviewed him on the red carpet. But we somehow lost the SD card. I don't know where it is. Well, I guess Thomas lost the SD card. So thank you, Thomas. But we got to interview him, and he's a very nice guy. And, you know, he always talked about that he loves working with Horror Nights. He loves to attend Horror Nights with his family. So since we got that black phone and freaky Horrors of Blumhouse return, like that was the 3rd Horrors of Blumhouse that we got. I wouldn't be surprised if we get Horrors of Blumhouse 4 with Imaginary, Megan, and Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, I forgot to mention that Five Nights at Freddy's, you know, you were able to check out the costumes over here in Hollywood. You know, maybe that was a little Easter egg of what was to come. But that is it right now for the speculations. I only have a speculation for 2 of the houses because of like what's going on and what movies are coming out and all that kind of stuff. We're gonna keep speculating throughout the season while we get closer and closer to Horror Nights. Again, these are my speculations, these are my opinions. So if you disagree, you can let me know in the comment section down below. And also let me know what you also think is going to be coming this year for either Hollywood, for Orlando, or for both. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified every time we post a video. We do content on Horror Nights and we do content on Universal Studios. So make sure to check out all our other videos on construction update and from our last season at Halloween Horror Nights. We got social media, that is TLEV Media, all across the board. We've been posting a lot on TikTok and a lot on Instagram, so make sure to check out those social medias. With all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, horror peeps, haunt season is here. I'm excited. Let's speculate together, all right? Thanks, guys.